First of all, great to be here today and great to be at the London Stock Exchange on day one of trading of Haleon. And listen, we're excited, and I'm super excited about the future for this business. As you're probably aware, this business was created with the two largest transactions in the industry in the last 7 years with Novartis and Pfizer joint ventures. And the outcome was an amazing business, 100% focused on consumer health with category-leading brands and great brands like Sensodyne and Voltaren and Night Nurse and brands that are in households all over the world.
What is it about this company that deserves a higher valuation than Unilever was prepared to offer for it, Brian?
Well, listen, I think ultimately the market's going to decide what the value of the company is, certainly on day one of trading and for the long term. And I just fundamentally believe with the business we have and the commitments we've made, 4 to 6% annual sales growth, moderate margin expansion, strong cash flow business. We'll be able to pay down our debt leverage quite quickly. This is a business that will create value for shareholders for the short, long, and medium term.
So just let me get something straight. We know there's a lockup on the ability of the parent companies to sell before November as well. Is it your understanding that until the valuation of the company is significantly over £50 billion sterling, that there will not be any selling down from those major shareholders, the parent companies?
Well, listen, I think ultimately Pfizer and GSK, as shareholders of the company, will decide at what time they want to sell down on the business. And listen, in the end, the 50 billion number was a number that would have had a takeover premium in it. It also doesn't include the debt that we will now have as a business. So I think the focus for me is really on delivering the promise of this business, these great brands, great portfolio, delivering on our commitments. The value will be there.
Brian, I was just making comments about the listing window that you're facing today, that all the volatility we've witnessed on stock markets. It is just not an easy time to come to market. A lot of investors, a lot of companies have decided now is not the right time for their business. And just talk about how volatile a period it is. You've already made some warnings about the share price volatility and what you may see until it finds its footing from here. But just talk about the backdrop that you're coming to market in. Why now?
Well, I think a couple things. We are not an IPO. We are a demerge. So GSK shareholders, for every share of GSK they have, they'll get one share of Haleon. So that's a bit of a different way to come to market than, let's say, an IPO. And listen, this is a great business. We're in healthcare, and health really matters. So it is a bit of a volatile environment with inflation and other things that are happening in the world. But I feel like we're uniquely positioned in categories that really matter, with great brands to do well in any environment. So feel good about the business and feel great about listing it today.